ピルロのピはピーナッツのピでやってます。ピルロです。今日はザ・ファーストツリープレイしていきたいと思います。このゲームは動く絵本と言われていて、美しいグラフィックの中を狐になってストーリーを追っていくゲームのようです。小さい頃に戻った気分で世界に浸りましょう。ってことで早速スタート。はい。すごい雪。お、太陽昇って、うわ、めっちゃ綺麗。すごい綺麗。雪山？ゼルダっぽいな、なんか。狐？一匹だけ？ほう。あ、動く。
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, I just can't sleep.
眠れなくて。
Are you thinking about him?
Yeah, a bit. You should get back to sleep, my love. I'm fine.
No, it's okay. What else is on your mind?
I don't know. It seems weird, but I had one of the most vivid dreams of my life. I saw a fox on a snowy mountain, just looking confused and worried. Those eyes. I can't get those eyes out of my head. She was running in the windy snow, looking for something.
Do you think it has to do with you and what's been going on?
I don't know. It was just a dream, Rachel. They're not meant to make sense. A lot's happened the past couple days, that's all.
Well, if you're not going to sleep anyway, you should tell me. I want to hear.
All right.
夢の話？夫婦の会話から始まりましたね。夢の世界なのかな？やっぱここジャンプで行くしかないのかな？ジャンプが。よいしょ。いけないんだけど。あ、二段ジャンプか。ほい。んで、どこ？まっすぐでいいのかな？何を目指してんだろう、この狐は。男性の夢の中の話ですね。狐になった夢を見た。彼女が教えてって言ってましたけどね。それを今体験していくっていう感じなのかな。わ、すげえ綺麗。わ、あれ？なんかいる。あ、ジャンプじゃない。
So, not far from her home, she followed that path to something unexpected.
死んじゃってんの？小狐が、あ、踏んじゃった。食べ物がないのかな？
She had to find her other two children. So she took that path. She followed it towards something ancient. Something with answers.
あれ、自分の子供だったんだ。3匹の子供がいて、1匹は今死んでんの見つけたんだ。で、あと2匹の子供を探す旅？なんかショックなスタート。
The fox looked high and low, searching for any sign of her cubs. Points of light showed the way to this ancient tree. It was as if each one had a story to tell, all their own. The land was trying to tell my story, too. I felt like I was right behind her the whole time.
この光が子供たちへの道しるべみたいな、なってんだ。ちょっと早く探さないと。お腹空いてるよね、きっと。この光を目指せばいいのかな。 こんな悲しいお話と思ってなかった。いきなりちょっと切ない気持ちになる。これを集めて、絶対食べ物もあんまないよね、こんな冬じゃ。なんで子供たちとはぐれちゃったんだろう、そもそも。だんだん謎が解けていくのかな。うわ、すごい綺麗。あれ、なんか掘る。ほい。
Do you remember what my dad did for a living?
Wasn't he like
なん
a
だこれ。
lumberjack?
That's one way of putting it. If wood
列
was
車
a canvas, then a carving knife was his paintbrush. Even after working a 50-hour week, even after his hands removed splinters than skin, he would bring home the nicest piece of Alaskan weeping cedar and make me toys. That wooden train was the first toy I can remember, and I loved it. I just knew from a young age I was going to be a lumberjack, like my father.
うん、お父さんとの思い出。だから自分の夢だから、この狐にこの自分の思い出も入ってんだ。お父さんが作ってくれたおもちゃの思い出とか。あれ、あそこ今光が見えた。あれ違うかな。あれ光が見える。あれ取り逃してるかな。あっちにいるのかな。一人一匹。めっちゃ広いな、マップ。めちゃくちゃ広い。こういうとこなんか、あ、なんか本が落ちてる。何これ。あ、自分の思い出が夢の中だからいろんなものが交錯してんのかな。こっちの方でなんか光ってたと思うんだけど。あ、なんかあった、なんかあった。なんだろうこれ。ロケット。よいしょ。よいしょ。これも主人公が子供の頃に遊んだ思い出かな。あそこに光の柱みたいなのある。なんだろう。ここも掘って。
As a kid, did you ever do show and tell in your class?
Yeah, I think I only did it once.
これなんだろう。あ、船。
You know how my life was around then. I wanted to show my class what helped pass the time and distracted me. So I brought a dozen paper cranes I had made. I think I told everyone how badly I wanted to be a bird and fly, embarrassingly enough.
Don't be embarrassed. Every kid wants to fly. For me, it was another toy from my dad, a wooden boat. I remember guarding it so carefully in my hands as I walked into class. When I sat down, a group of boys immediately made fun of it. They asked which trash can I found it in, or why an ugly log was my favorite toy. When I got up, I didn't even want to tell them my dad had carved it. I said it was a joke gift my friends had given me.
Kids can be so cruel.
Some of them are. I shouldn't have let them get to me, but it did. It's amazing we bounced back at all.
お父さんが作ってくれた船をバカにされたんだ、友達に。ショックだよな。 あそこにも光ある。あ、ジャンプしないと取れないな、あれ。ここ乗って、あ、こう取らなあかんやつか。よし、オッケー。あ、これは、そのバスじゃない？これ。お父さんが作ってくれた。光。わあ、あんな上の方に光がある。あの光も取らなきゃな。どうやって行くんだろう。とりあえずここになんかあるな。なんかすごい強い光。なんだろう。乗るね。こっちから行かなきゃダメか。あ、引っかかった。引っかかった。引っかかった。いけない。うわ、落ちちゃった。すごいジャンプ力。よし。次はどこだ？あれかな？子供たちが心配だな。あそこ行ってみようか。あれ？どこ行った？光。あれか。結構遠いな。めちゃくちゃマップ広いな、これ。何個集めるといいんだろう、この光。そんな遠いとこ行ったのかな、子供たちは。これバスか。あそこにとりあえずあるか。いや、めちゃめちゃ広くない？これ。こっちでいいのかな。あの上の方もあったよ。どうした？お、季節が変わった。すごい綺麗。あそこなんか鳥がいる。これ子供たちはどうなった？あと2匹。これ何が待ってんの？あ、蝶々じゃないのか。蝶々か。よし。なんだこれ。ロケット花火。これも思い出かな。あ、落ちちゃった。おお。ダメだ。これ一回戻らなあかんやつだ。これ。 ここジャンプせなあかんな。うわ、ここもジャンプせなあかんのか。うわ、取れ方方向感覚。あ、また取れんかった。むずっ。よし、オッケー。次はどこだ？あそこか。いや、あっちにもあるな。なんか玉がある。色が違う。今絶対取れてたって。今絶対取れてたって。なんだこれ。黒板？マップかな？サーチエリア。わかんない。今がどこにいるかもわかんないもんね。よし、取れた。これは、この岩はどうやって行くんだろう。パトカー？何？これもなんか思い出があるのかな？パトカーに思い出って結構やんちゃだよな。やさぐれてた時期があるのか、主人公。よいしょ。こっちは、あそこにあるか。マップが広いからすごいな、これ。大変。ここに一つある。よし。あっちの滝の方にもなんかありそうだな。なんか落ちてた。何これ。防犯カメラだ。防犯カメラでパトカー。万引きした？主人公。そういうことか。
He was working another late night, and my friends were over, saying how bored they were and how they had come all the way out to my house for nothing. One of them mentioned that old, ugly beyond belief truck was still in the garage, and how we should take it for a spin. I was only 15, so I kind of fought it for a while. The next thing I knew, we were careening around the mountain path, rocks spitting onto the sides of the cliff, while my dad's cringeworthy bluegrass blared out the speakers. I drove while my friends were in the back of that yellow and purple truck, throwing beer bottles and trash at anything remotely interesting. Felt like I was soaring in the air with borrowed wings. But all good things have endings. A cop outside of Eagle River pulled us over after he saw us send a bottle rocket into someone's yard. What followed was a long night of talking to disappointed adults and feeling smaller than ever.
トラック泥棒したんだ。若い頃。 15歳の頃。トラック泥棒をした思い出か。あれ、蝶々ってどういう意味なんだろう。蝶々くるくるプラス2段ジャンプ。蝶々が高いとこ連れてってくれるのかな。蝶々パワーをもらっといて、うわ、すげえ飛んだ。あ、蝶々パワーでいっぱい飛べるんだ。自分の記憶をたどる旅なのかな。そろそろ子供たちいないか。これもう降りちゃったら戻れないよな、きっと。この辺になんかないか。取り逃しはないと思う。あっちにあるか。よし。で、もう降りちゃっていいか。蝶々を使って高いところの、そこら中に蝶々いるじゃん。よしょ。これ取って、ここを取って、あれ取れない。蝶々取って、で、こういうこと？いや、違うよね。ここ行っても何も意味ない。蝶々で崖の上行くのかな。蝶々取っとこうか。こういう謎解きもあるのかな。ほい。
After he drove me home from the police station, I blew up at him, saying how I never wanted to be like him, how I was going to be someone and leave that hick icebox for good. He just looked forward at the road with tired eyes. I took out that bluegrass tape from the cassette deck and chucked it out the window. In my sage teenage wisdom, I thought I proved the ultimate point. But my dad had a different idea. He slammed the brakes, slowly bowed his head while gripping the steering wheel, and finally looked at me. All he said, like it was a polite request, was, "Make this right." I sat there in silence, fuming, but I eventually got out and combed every square inch of the woods, muttering profanity after profanity. I found it 30 minutes later, near a small waterfall off the road. I went back to the truck, put the wet tape back in, and sure enough it worked. We didn't speak another word to each other the rest of the night.
Wow, I knew you were a crazy teenager, but...
It's hard to believe, isn't it? It surprises me too. It's like I didn't really know who that kid was back then. I bet my dad thought the same thing over and over. It's almost like he was saying, "Make this right," to himself, more than to me.
やっぱその思春期のお父さんとの確執みたいなのあったんだな。なんだこれ、床屋？バーバーショップ。滝は高すぎるもんな。 こどうやって上がるんだろう。これ上がれるかな。いや無理。いやいけないか。あ、蝶々集めるとより高く飛べるんだ。そしたらこの上も行きそうだな。ここ上がれないかな。OK、 いけた。よいしょ。そしたらまた3つ取って、
My friends would laugh about that night and talk about how crazy it was, and I laughed along, pretending it didn't bother me. But it did. I imagined my friends growing old in the bush, unable to find that thrill in those godforsaken ice fields. It's like those mountains were a literal wall keeping me from leaving, where all I would have to look forward to are lumber yards and evening beers. I had to climb over. That was my only goal for a long time.
Yes, jump! 危ね、取れた。あったあった、危ない危ない。
If there was some way I could take my love of drawing and turn it into a way of escape, nothing would make me happier. I wanted to create instead of tearing trees down. I wanted to move to the lower 48, not because I hated it there in Alaska, but I hated the idea of it. It's like all of that spite inside me had created this monster which followed me around my whole teenage years. I put so much energy into doing what others didn't expect of me. Why did I do that?
There's one fact you're forgetting, though. If you didn't have that fire in you, we probably would have never met.
You're absolutely right. Maybe the destination is all that matters in the end. But then why am I awake? Why am I seeing this fox go on her journey? And why can't I stop thinking about my dad?
「子供たちはどうなったんだろう」すごい綺麗だな。この上行かなきゃ。めっちゃジャンプしていかないといけないんじゃんよこれ。おお、めっちゃ高い。あと2つ。こんなのがあと2つあるのか。せっかく高いからいろいろ見ときたいな。 家が埋まってる。
On our property, there were old abandoned pieces of a shed and car long left unused. I used to ask him all the time who those
Taya?
people were that left all this junk. And I'm sure he got so tired of hearing it that he made up some elaborate stories how a brown bear ate them and haunted the woods afterwards. What's funny is I think it made those people seem more real. Growing up thinking they were still hanging out like they couldn't say goodbye. I used to tell my friends how I could swear I saw spirits move near the water, and that always freaked them out. I guess it didn't bother me, because the way I saw it, they were normal people with old cars and sheds, just trying to figure out how to survive and be happy in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool thought that they didn't want to leave, but you know, I was a weird kid.
Well, you had good company since those ghosts liked living in a place where they were brutally devoured.
Star 100個あるんかな、やっぱり。
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested
Knife.
him the most, he kept reaching out. For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping. I thought he was just dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we'd always used behind the house. We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6. I hadn't even carved it. My dad had helped me, but I still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in that old camouflage tent. I told him how much I loved sketching and design, and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, he would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he had sacrificed for me. My dad built a lot of stuff in his free time. If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels, he was carving something. He made tons of birdhouses. Not that he was into bird watching, but I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, he would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck, so we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set. Usually it was accompanied by venison jerky or a cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it.
お父さんいつも寄り添ってくれてたんだ。 こ行ってなかったっけ？ こっちは来たな。
We were happiest underneath the evergreens. We decided it was time to finally map out the hundreds of acres we lived on just to pass the time during the summer. He was only free in the evenings, so I would spend the day wasting time on dial-up internet and sketching, and then we would rush into the woods, pen and map in hand, before evening fell. Sometimes the aurora borealis would cast a cold green glow on the mountainside, and we would finish our route underneath a twilight sky. Sometimes I was lonely during those summer days, but there was comfort in the routine.
A lot of teenagers aren't looking for the daily grind, though. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get out, to leave your childhood home. You wanted to progress, to make something of yourself.
Yeah, you're right. That house. I'm sure it's the same as how I left it. Then why does it feel so different?
I doubt you're the only adult to have looked back and asked that question.
Bullshit.設計図。 なんだあれ。
stood nearby, unfazed.
なんかいる。
Nothing was wrong.
狼？
My dad is dead. And he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry. For everything.
狼？透けてる透けてる透けてる透けてる。子供たちは無事なのか？
go to bed. I just can't talk about this anymore. Good night.
寝ちゃうの？どういうことだ？起きてる間に見てるような夢だったんだから、寝ちゃうと終わっちゃうのかな。宇宙。宇宙。
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost. Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like?
今度は恋人のお母さん。これか？鹿？
You know what it's like not to have a mom at home. And you know how hard that made my childhood. What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself. I think we both have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed-out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared? I think my dad was the opposite of your dad in almost every way, except he was in the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you. Life got worse and worse, and at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words. I summoned courage I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike. I'll never forget that feeling. The wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you. You have strength, Joseph, and you're not as alone as you think.
It's all just so pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of my reach. The thought of being a parent myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son? I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into years. We'll wonder which roads passed us by.
Then we'll forge a new road together. Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns and mist, but it always leads to the same thing.
動物がいっぱい。鹿。
And what's that?
Family.
I'm so glad that you're part of my family, Rachel.
And I'm glad you're part of mine.
Fox knew her last cub would be waiting for her at the first tree. She was almost there. The rain cascaded onto the Jade Valley where the entrance to the tree was. Life was protected there, because that's where life began. It was now only a mother and a daughter left. Items from my life still dotted the ground as she moved closer to her destination and destiny.
もうすぐ我が子に会えるのか。
At the end of high school, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Drive. I looked into the best architecture schools on the West Coast, then got a dose of reality when looking at other students' portfolios and the high cost of tuition. I still wanted to be something, to be the next Alvaro Siza, and to make those thousands of sketches worth something in my grand history. But now even an internship sounds impossible. Siza helped me understand how essential emotion is in architecture, and he also said light is the real composer of space. I like to think these glints of light, like not finding a job, or even a strange dream about a fox, are something I should be thankful for, even if the illuminated space is something I'm less than comfortable with.
あの家行けるのかな。いけないのか。そこもある。
Was that the last time you talked to him?
No, I called on holidays, and he would call on my birthday. I guess we acted like nothing ever happened, which was stupid. Didn't want to ask about his lumberyard, and I'm sure he didn't want to ask about my job search. I never went back and visited. I think the last conversation we had was about what movies we had seen and what exactly a best boy is in the credits. I thought he would be here so much longer.
Ah!
In the distance, the first tree illuminated the wasteland. She couldn't go home anymore. She did the only thing she was capable of. Moving forward. My dad died alone in the middle of the wilderness. I should have been talking to him more. I should have done a lot of things differently.
If the first tree on Earth brought life with it, if it taught the birds to sing and fly and showed saplings how to grow, what could it do for us?
There was a letter I received yesterday from a name I didn't recognize, with a quote I can't stop thinking about. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. More and more, I'm realizing one important truth. Each of us have our own journey to the first tree. But sometimes I'm not sure I'm ready to take that first step.
You already have my love.
最初の木は目を覚まし、子供たちに最後に一度だけ伝えたいメッセージがあるかを狐に優しく尋ねる。彼女はこう答える。死んじゃった狐たちに、 入力？愛してるわ。消えちゃった。
I guess her journey was over. But I have no idea. It was only a dream. A distraction from tomorrow.
I don't think dreams normally bring back to memory so many important feelings. Maybe it was just a dream, but it was also a gift.
Yeah, I suppose. But tomorrow we're getting on a plane to the last place on Earth I want to be. The only person that would have made the trip worth it is gone.
You're going to see him and be with him one last time before you say goodbye. I have one last quote for you by Emerson, sealed in an imaginary letter from me to you. It is the secret of the world that all things subsist and do not die, but only retire a little from sight and afterward return again. Go to sleep, my love. We have a big day tomorrow, but I'll be there with you every step of the way.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Good night, Rachel.
Good night, Joseph.
6ヶ月後。ジョセフ支店。起き上がって。あれ？レイチェル寝てる。汚ね、ボロボロの家。子供部屋。赤ちゃんいたの？どういうこと？自分も子供が死んで、ここに住んだのかな？主人公たちも。子供がいたんだけど死んじゃったのかな？それを狐の夢に重ねたのかな？子供部屋あったもんね。お風呂とトイレ。俺引っ越しをするのか。この小屋は何？入れない。こっち行けばいいの？脚立がこんなとこ落ちてる。山奥に住んでたんだ。 うん。出られない。すげえゴミ。子供たちが死んでやっぱ自暴自棄になってたのかな。ここ開かない。すごい山奥。裏に行くってことか。何かあるのか。テント。お父さんと過ごしたテントってことかな。話の中にあったやつかな。あそこなんか光がある。車？ボロ小屋。人がいたのかな。どういうこと？彼女を起こせばいいのかな。トラックに乗ればいいのか。なんかアイテムがあるのかな。懐中電灯。キッチン。あれ、寝室どこだっけ。ここか。起こせばいいのか。全然わかんない。何すればいいんだ。テレビ？旅の支度整えてるよな。わかんない。名前書いてある。マーサーズ。ナサリー。女の子か。どういうことだ。家の中じゃないよな。車に乗ってどっか行くのか。 行けるとこは全部行ったと思うんだけどな。どういう意味だろう。テントに行けって書いてあるわ。やっぱりテントか。入れた。
What the hell?
狼。待って。めちゃくちゃ綺麗だな。 始まりの木。あ、キツネ。子供たちに会えたんだ。終わった。いや、なんか考えさせられる内容でしたね。親子の愛とか、それを素直になれない気持ちとか、大人になってもちっちゃい頃に、なんかその、両親との思い出とかってやっぱり残ってて、ふと自分が大人になった時に、その両親目線で考えちゃったりとか、それが頭から離れなかったりとか、自分の環境と重ねてみたりとか、最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございます。もし楽しんでいただけたらチャンネル登録してくださいね。ピルロのピはピーナッツのピでした。